Recording is on.
Right. Hello everyone, welcome to the weekly call of PyCon India 2025. Okay, few things. This call comes under Code of Conduct linked here, so make sure you follow it. Be nice to everyone. And yeah, anyone new who would like to introduce themselves, we'll wait for a few seconds if there is anyone. Okay, cool. Then we can start with working group updates. Do we have Arakaraj here? No. So I'll cover the updates for program committee. So far we have onboarded around 15 SMEs who agreed to help us with reviews, and each of them have around 25 to, on an average, around 27, 28 talks assigned, and around 4 to 5 of them have already started reviewing the talks. So we have around 260 talks which have at least one SME assigned. So that's the update, and we are now we are continuing with finding more SMEs. I have few more names which we would be reaching out to. But if you know anyone who can help us with reviewing talks in the AIML category, do let us know so we can reach out to them. Yeah. Any questions? Any doubts for program committee? So one more update is from this week we'll be starting with the any preparation or any work related to publishing a CFP for panel discussions. So the slots would be limited. Uh, so we'll see. This is we are doing this for the first time. So we'll spend some time figuring out some logistics part and how the overall process would be, and then start with the CFP. So yeah, that's one update. All right. Uh, Design work group. Anyone here, Shabnam or anyone else?
I'll be taking care of that.
Sure. Go ahead, Arjun.
We have verified the assets with what Yoshika has sent us. We need to release the final payment, and Muskan is working on benefits of sponsorship tires. The posters needs to be verified, and Shana and Nea also are working on sponsorship posters, which needs to be reviewed by Nabarun. And website design review is pending on Shabnam. It will be completed by this week. That's all for design.
Got it. Anyone, any questions for design work group? Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Do we have Farhan here or anyone who would be updating us on website work? Okay. Okay. Sponsorships. Navarun?
Hey, um, almost same status as last week. We are signing contracts with a few sponsors. Maybe by end of next week, we would be ready to announce like three sponsors. Um, and we kicked off like more conversations with other sponsors. We also have onboarded a new set of like volunteers who talk to sponsors. I'm in the process of like assigning tickets to them, like tasks to them to reach out to sponsors. Any questions for sponsorship? Avin, I'll fill in the notes if you want to proceed on.
Okay, sure. That would be best. And generally, how is the response to the emails, as in whatever reach out we are doing?
Most of the cold emails are still cold emails.
Okay.
People who are inbound, they have better like response warmth. That is
Hmm.
how we define usually.
Correct.
So conversations are warm with like inbound sponsors. So essentially, like we would find difficulties every year in filling up like gold and silver.
Hmm.
Platinum, we are on the way to like fill our slots.
Got it.
That's basically the broader status right now.
Understood. Makes sense.
And
Okay.
again, like same request as last few meetings. Like if you know of any company who would be willing to like market their company or do hiring like through PyCon India, please let them know that PyCon India exists and please let us know that those companies exist.
Yep. Okay. Um, Content and social media. Should we?
To check the weekly calendar in the design on the content work group. It will be still a work in progress, as in when we have any more requests, we'll keep adding on to it for the week. But for now, I've taken in the tickets, sponsorship, and so one more. Tickets, sponsorships, and
Yes.
keynote speaker.
Okay.
All three things I have covered in for this week, and the requests have been given uh, to the design team for the posters as well.
Okay. Sounds good. Um, Anyone, any questions for Surbi? Okay. Fine. I think there was a discussion to take suggestions for keynotes. I saw it. I don't know
Yep,
how.
there is a post for it. Yes.
Correct. Correct. Okay. Let's see. All right. Finance. Navarun, anything to highlight?
Nothing much unless we get more sponsorship. We're still in the red.
Okay.
On content, one question like, Survey, like for each of the working groups, like when you write the content, can you ask the people for a confirmation before like moving ahead and giving it to the design team? Like for example, for tickets, like Coke Prime for a confirmation on the content for sponsorships, simply me, and for keynotes, either Ananya or Sam.
Hmm. Sure, can do that. Actually, I think the design team, while they were making in the poster, they were tagging in the respective people. Like Shabnam was tagging in the respective person. What I'll do is actually I'll shift it to the design work group,
No,
the
no, I'm
content,
saying
and therein we'll post in first, and I will tag in the respective person, like for sponsorships or keynote. I'll tag you, uh, and then once the content is good to go, then I'll share it with the design team.
correct. Yeah. So we need to vet this before we give the design team the content.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions for content and social media or finance? All right, tickets. Do we have Ryan? No. If anyone has any updates they want to give on behalf of him, let us know.
We opened like combo and workshop tickets.
Hmm.
Um, Not too much traction. We need to do more social media announcements for
Okay.
this. We only sold like less than 10 tickets of each.
Okay.
Uh, I think this is probably some Sunday factor too.
Hmm.
But we need to keep um, like reminding people every 3 or 4 days, like
Yeah.
at least weekly twice. We could just announce.
Okay. All right. I think logistics. Pratik?
Hey everyone, hope I'm audible.
Yes.
I'll start from the bottom of this because the first item needs little discussion.
Hmm.
So we received quotes from all the vendors. We are doing a price matrix check among them. Um, Among all the vendors, ATC hasn't submitted the quote yet. So Orco was working with the point of contact. She said she need one more day. So we are expecting it quotes from ATC by this week. Um, for other assets which we need for the swag this year, we have created issues with the design team. Design team has acknowledged the issues as well. So we have prioritized them among high, medium, and low. Items like pen and notebook being the very low priority items, whereas t-shirts and tote bag are something which we have kept at high.
I had
We had couple of discussions.
I had
Yep.
one. Just because there is more to discuss, I just thought of asking here itself. So
Yeah.
for the assets, right? Whatever design and all we need, uh, I had one suggestion that we can also get a generic monochrome and color logo as well. I mean, just in case, right? Maybe two, three variants, like one monochrome, uh, one which is slightly simplified version, so that we have generic assets ready, uh, and we don't have to. Those would be useful when we need them, is what I'm thinking.
So I am just making a note of it.
Yeah, you don't have to reach out to them last minute because, like, based on what I've seen, is some prints would be very simple. They would ask for very simplified version of logos. So either monochrome and simplified. It's good to have it with us. Otherwise, what happens is vendors do something on their own, which we may not like in most cases. Yeah. Okay. You can
I'll make
continue.
a action item. I'll create a
Separately.
GitHub issue on
Yeah.
this as
Yeah.
well. Okay.
You can
I
continue.
will remove this one.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Yeah. So on AV, we had discussion with both the vendors from Arthur as well as Ravi. Arthur has sent us samples. Um, Orko and San will be checking this. Uh, with Ravi, we had blocked his dates. Since they are changing their AV technician, they will be providing us the new sample by 15th. And the course also they said they will be sharing by 10th, which I didn't get today. Like which I was expecting to get it today, but I'll check with him tomorrow.
Oh, so
Uh,
this is a
the
new
EV.
new AV vendor who will work with Ravi only, or
Yes, so it's not a vendor, it's a new technician. He
oh,
said the vendor is Ravi only, but
uh,
last year the technician which was recording on the maybe other conferences also reported the quality not being top
got it,
notch. So
got
he
it.
had changed the technician this year. So they are doing a conference on 14th and 13th and 14th of this month. in Nimhans. So I will see if me or anyone else can go and visit it and see how the recording and those things are coming out.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. On workshop venue, we visited Christ today to understand what the requirements are and to finalize the discussions. So what Christ is expecting is here. Christ is expecting a student participation. They have a rough number of 100. If we are having a workshop for a crowd of 400, so they expect a 100. The number can change based on our internal discussion. They're also expecting faculty participation, so such that the faculties who are especially belonging to computer science department and teaching Python can get benefited. So with respect to point one and two, they said that if we can arrange a separate track for the student that will align with the basic concepts and something which is more related to the curriculum, that would be better. So their point one and two can be a sub point to point three where they are expecting a separate track altogether to be given by one of the workshop speaker or someone from the Python India team. They have six classrooms in one floor with 60% capacity. Each classroom is very well equipped with power sockets, projector speakers, as well as there are two routers per room. So rooms are really good. Uh, they have separate breakfast and lunch areas. We cannot combine them both. So breakfast will be served in a different area, which is in a different building, and lunch will be served in the same place where the workshop is can happen. Both the places have sufficient capacity to house 500 people. They are also expecting conference ticket for some faculty and students, which at first we cleared that this is not considerable because this is conference and workshop are two completely different entities. So, apart from that, they do not want Christ as a venue partner or venue sponsor. They want this whole thing to be labeled as in association with PyCon India. So, they want PyCon India in association with Department of Computer Science Christ. What that means is all the portion in the attendee standees will have Christ logo on the top right side, followed by Python India in association with Department of Computer Science. This means that whatever design we are preparing will also go there if for anything related to workshop, and they will see they will have a say on that. Uh, Next point is the vendor payments. Any vendor which we are getting, so they are insisting on getting their own vendors. But if we are getting any vendors which are not, which have not worked with Christ University before, they must be routed through the Christ budget team. So what it means is we won't be paying the vendors directly. We have to deposit the budget with Christ team 2 weeks prior. Crash team will clear the invoices, and whatever is pending will be reimbursed back to PyCon India through the same process. Um, Budget will also include the overhead and venue cost. So this is something that Crash will keep. The discussion was that how Crash will get benefited from this, apart from giving us the venue. We also have to share the list of attendees prior to the workshop so that they know who is entering in their campus. And Christ follows a certain dress code which we have to tell the attendees about.
So, list of attendees, what exactly they need? Names is enough, or
That is
Maybe
that is
names. Yeah.
that is like the least concerning point. I mean,
yeah.
okay, this is on recording.
Yeah.
This is this is the most ridiculous ask ever.
Anyway, I can draft a proposal to chair and co-chair. Uh, uh, we'll
We
let's
don't need
take
to
that.
draft one. I think the best course of method right now is like on the email thread that you have, like please like mention this that this was asked by the Christ team. And I can I can reply to that with our
Okay.
thoughts. But
Since We do not have any formal email thread now, Varun. The discussion was started with phone calls, and it is still in very recce stage. If you want, I can
Mhm.
start a email thread.
Can you start an email thread?
Yeah.
Introduce that, hey, we have been talking and we visited the university on so and so this date, and we talked to so and so person, and this was the ask put by them to us.
Yes. We'll get it done.
Yeah. Um, just so that I'm not thinking one off on this, like any thoughts by the team on this ask, on all of these asks in short.
Hmm. The payment one, I feel it's overhead, unnecessary overhead. Um, Vendors, fine, because food and all, vendors would be mostly food vendors, I guess. Uh,
Food and tent.
yes. Oh, yeah. Um, yeah, that is still fine. But yeah, the in association with and all, I'm not 100% sure because that puts them in every decision, which might slow our process down. Like whatever decisions we
So,
want to take.
so what I'm understanding from this is like they don't even want to participate in the decision process. This is a
Hmm.
problem, right? It looks as if like they're collaborating on the conference, but that's not the case. So, I mean, if they had like 50% of their like like our 50% volunteer force, if it was like the university people, then it would have made sense.
Hmm.
And even economics wise, this doesn't turn out to be really well. Like six classrooms with 60, that would be like 360 tickets, like 360 capacity, and 360 minus 120 would become 240. But our
Hmm.
bare bone workshop numbers are like 300. So, anyways, this doesn't turn out to be well. Even the venue was good, but I think our approach was like we were okay to pay for a venue, but I don't know if like they are thinking about it, but it doesn't seem like that. It's
No, they
more
have
like,
mentioned that uh, the budget will include overhead and venue cost as well. So I don't know if they are clear about it.
yeah, what is the budget? As in, we are not making financial decisions in consultation with them, right?
Hmm.
I think, did you get any clarity on this? Like, what do they mean by budget?
So budget, as in whatever happens in terms of vendors as well as so they mentioned overhead cost. They did not give us the number or what exactly they mean by overhead cost. They say
Mhm.
that overhead cost will have venue cost. If we the stall, if there are any stalls we want to put, that includes the registration desk as well. The food vendors which we are getting, so their payment, the goodies if we are
So,
saying.
so in venue cost, we are essentially paying them for the venue, right? So there
Yeah,
is
we are paying
something,
this menu.
yeah. So in that case, like this ask becomes like more out of bounds. I don't think we can fulfill all of these conditions.
I would say that let's draft a proposal what we can do in this, and because we can straightforward say no to the budget thing. We can straightforward say no to the in association things, but let's try to get back to them with a proposal and see if they reject it up front or if that works for
Hmm.
you.
Yeah,
Anirudh had raised his hand.
yeah. Anil has this sense.
I also heard like somewhere like revenue share because we don't make anything out of this, and we have a clear financial report to showcase at the end of the conference. We definitely cannot do revenue share. We also cannot do the dress code part because that goes, I think, against some form of, uh, I guess, COC in some way. Probably will have to check back on that. So overall, I would say like don't give too much thought on this. Draft whatever is not possible, which probably will be most of this, and just tell them that this is not possible, and we can move on to other venues. And I think probably also make it clear that there will not be any booths on the workshop day. There will only be like our folks. There will also not be any goodies on workshop day. So maybe they have a wrong idea that the entire conference is going to be at Christ or something.
And yeah, we have made it clear that there won't be any goodies, there won't be any swags or anything distributed on that day. It will be just food.
Yeah, and I think food we can still consider their vendor. I don't
Hmm.
think we
Correct.
mind that,
Correct. Correct.
but and it will also be actually easier for us
Yes.
because our food vendor, there is a transportation cost to them also. They will probably set up the stall the one day before, but we can have a backup plan already and not waste too much time on this, and we can give them like a deadline, like just get us back to us in maybe couple of days or something like that, and then we will move on.
Understood. I'll draft a proposal based on whatever we have discussed, and probably we'll check it internally, and we'll see how they respond back to it.
First, maybe just make sure that you state all of their asks very clearly, that this is
Hmm.
what has been asked from us, and these are the things that we cannot abide to, and for these reasons, whatever, then I think Navarro can draft the responses.
Understood. I'll recheck this whole thing with Orco, and we'll draft a mail. That is it from logistics.
Okay. Anyone? Any thoughts? Any questions?
No, I think P0 and P1 is just like getting the workshop venue finalized, and
Yeah.
the other is like getting AV vendor. The other things I'm not very concerned about right now. Not too concerning,
Hmm.
but we need to finish the SWAG things. But the SWAG things are going according to timeline. They're on a good timeline.
Okay. For AV vendor, I'm just trying to think if I have some things you can check. I'll think, Pratik, and if I have anything specific, I want you to check when you are going there, right? Like if you end up visiting Nimhans to check the new AV technician's work or something, I'll let you know. But right now, I can't
Okay.
think of it. Okay, moving on. Code of conduct committee. I think things have been written here, but Shabnam might not be here. But I can read out, I guess. Initial meeting done. The track members. Team is working on scheduling training. Yeah, makes sense. And COC monthly mail to be shared using BCC to protect privacy. Yeah, I think it's Ashish here. No, Pratik. Maybe you can relay this
Yeah,
one.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one action item is to share the list of emails of attendees with sponsorship work group. This is to update the sponsorship tracker sheet access, and that is the action item which we got today. We'll check this. The other thing was to get the volunteers onboarded for sponsorship work group. So a couple of volunteers were onboarded over there. If any other work group needs any help with respect to volunteers, please let us know.
No. So one thing which okay. So for program committee, we have reached out to some folks to help us with reviews, like as SMEs. So maybe once we are towards the end, I'll share the list with you. that these folks got onboarded or are involved at least. Maybe I'll just share the list with you, Pratik, that
Okay.
these folks are involved um, in the program committee as SME. So they are not actively participating into discussions and all, but they are helping. So it would be good for us to track that they are involved. I'll do that. I'll share the list. Maybe by the end of this week, I'll have more clarity. Okay. Anyone else? Anything for volunteer management work group? Okay. I guess that's a no. Open discussion topics. Anyone has any topic which they want to talk about?
Maybe I'll utilize the time. So when did you get to like start pinging the past year sponsors?
No, Nabarun, not yet. I'll do it by tonight. Like, give me till 12 a.m. I'll just start with it.
Okay. Do you know where the template is? You already know where the tracker is, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I know the template. It's mostly the one that we sent last year, right? I have the one which you had sent to Bloomberg. I hope that's fine.
I added more stuff there. So
Okay,
look at our last week's meeting docs. That would have the fresh template.
cool. I'll check.
Okay. I added like all the templates there basically from last year and then
Mhm.
updated them.
Cool. I'll have it.
Okay. That's all from any other open discussion items. Okay. None. Bhavin, do the honors.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's it for this week. Thank you for joining the call. I'll stop the recording. Um,